Hello there, channel members, friends, and followers from around the world. This is Q8 Pilot, your host for tonight's show. And today, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be flying the Analog Bonanza once more in the turbocharged version. But before we begin, I would like to share with you a piece of really sad news for the flight sim community, and for me on a personal note, an icon in the flight sim community, Matt Davis. I'm sure by now you've all heard the news, has passed away. And Matt Davis not only has been an inspiration to me, he's actually one of the first people I started watching before I decided to start creating content on YouTube. And so he inspired me to develop content on YouTube and become a flight sim YouTuber, if you will. Matt Davis's contributions to the flight sim community are endless. Tutorials, guides, reviews. He's a very helpful person. He was a gem of a person, and unfortunately, a lot of people have let Matt down. Now, I hope that he's enjoyed his short-lived life, and I hope that he'll find a better place, and may his soul rest in peace. I'm really lost for words. I was really saddened to hear the news, and I feel a little bit down, to be honest with you. I know there's a lot going on in the community right now, but Matt's departure really affected me to a great extent. He was really a gem of a person, and it's a great loss to the community. My condolences, of course, to his family and his loved ones. I pray, they're in my prayers without a doubt, and I hope that that whoever loved Matt remembers him. And for that, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to take 1 minute of silence in respect to Matt Davis's contributions. May his soul rest in peace. I'm going to start a minute of silence starting now. All right, ladies and gentlemen, our flight today is from Echo Golf Charlie Kilo to Echo Golf November Tango, which is Newcastle Airport in the United Kingdom. And of course, I was going to fly in New Zealand to showcase World Update 12, but honoring the loving memory of Matt Davis, I decided to fly today in the UK, as Matt is from the UK. And so in honoring his name, we are going to be flying in the United Kingdom today. Our flight should be a nice short flight, flying to the northeast of the United Kingdom to Newcastle. And this is a lovely airport here available on Orbex. But before we begin, I want to welcome all of you guys to this live stream. We have today with us let's see, there's quite a bit of you guys. James, welcome aboard. Wasti Extreme. Stan, hello, my friend. Welcome aboard. Glad to have you here. Sadly, Nady, welcome aboard. Ryan, thank you very much, guys, all for your support. Andy, thank you very much for being here, my friend. Stefanos, welcome aboard, my friend. We have also with us Black Shark. How are you doing, my friend? Welcome aboard. Antonio, welcome aboard. Glad to have you here. And of course, we have also with us German Alexander. How are you guys doing? Thank you very much all for your endless support to the channel. And today also, ladies and gentlemen, marks the very beginning of the fundraiser for the Fly Lilo project. Now, if you are unfamiliar with the Fly Lilo project, please go to the flylilo.com or I'm not sure if it's org, or the links are available in the description of the stream. Please do visit his website. Basically, what Fly Lilo nonprofit organization does is that they help the disabled in our community enjoy gaming and enjoy flight simulation through adaptive gaming devices. Your previous contributions were well received and put to very good use. And if you want more information on what has been done, please do visit the Fly Lilo website and visit their Instagram page as well. You'll be able to see all the gaming devices that were provided to those of us who are probably less fortunate, but we're still, your contributions and your previous donations during the Christmas fundraiser has really given them a chance to really enjoy flight simming and enjoy gaming in general through those adaptive devices. All right, so here is, ladies and gentlemen, the Bonanza, and today we're going to be taking the turbocharged version of the aircraft with the fuel tip tank, as you can see here. So it's a beautiful looking aircraft, and I think the rendition of the interior and the depth of system simulation by Black Square is absolutely commendable. We've seen all the good stuff. We've seen the simulation of a lot of things, all the gauges and in the previous stream. So today, hopefully, we'll take it for, we'll skip some of the checks and we'll just take it. Unless you guys want me to go again through the checklist, then we'll be more than happy to do that, of course. Yeah, today I decided maybe we'll just skip some of the things. Parents Key, hello, my friend. Welcome aboard. Does this Bonanza use CFD? I'm not sure what is a CFD, Black Shark. I'm not sure. All right, so the weather is not very good, as you can see. It is raining, and we have some cloudscape there, so it should be an interesting flight. The weather is, as you can see, the winds are quite strong as well, but that should add to the challenge. It should be an interesting flight. So let's get started. We're going to make sure the landing gear is in the down position. All the circuit breakers are in. We'll test the carbon monoxide emission. And everything looks here. The alternate landing gear is stowed, which is cool. And all right, we're going to set the mixture to full rich and the prop full forward. We're going to come here and we are going to make sure the beacon light is turned on. And we're going to set the throttle to full throttle. We're going to turn on the battery. You can see cabin temp is cold, so low cabin temperature. Alternator, standby alternator are all on. We're going to check the standby gyro, make sure it's operational, and the instrument air is indicating, so that's good. And also we can test the fuel pump. Actually, we'll just go ahead and prime the aircraft. So everything here looks good. Let's go ahead and, you know what, let me turn on the panel lights. It's a bit dark in here. And we can now prime the aircraft. Let's set the magnetos to both.
Clear prop.
All right, and let's go ahead and turn on the auxiliary fuel pump on high. All right, and we're going to crack the throttle about 1/2 inch open. And let's try to give it a start. Nope. No chance. All right, let's do it again. I think it needs a little more priming. All right, let's try that. Again, about 1/2 inch open. Yeah. And we have a good start. Excellent. We're going to take the RPM to about 1,000 RPM. And we're going to lean the mixture for taxi. There we go. Excellent. The cabin, we're going to pull the cabin heat 7 degrees Celsius. That's like we're freezing in there. Yeah. Just wanted to know if he has already has it, and if she's anything. I'm sorry, I didn't follow through there. Hi, Q8. Hey, Centurion. How are you doing, my friend? Is Fly Lilo with us? Well, hello, Fly. Oh, Fly Lilo is here. How are you, my friend? Welcome aboard. Glad to have you here. All right. So we have a good start, and we're gonna, you know what? Let's go ahead and turn on the floodlights as well. That's kind of cool. We can now turn on the nav lights, and we're gonna go ahead and turn on the avionics. The avionics is here. Avionics master is on. Very, very nice implementation of the night lighting here aboard this Bonanza. And we can now, the weather is working. We can see there is some really bad weather. And I wonder what how the aircraft's going to behave. Now, according to the SimBrief plan, it gave us an altitude of 3,000 feet, but that's not suitable, I think. So what we're going to do is we are going to go to 7,000. Actually, we'll go to 8,000 feet. 8,000 feet is, there we go, 8,000. And let's say enter here and OK. All right. And the next thing is we need to put in our flight plan. So we're going to go to the PMS device here, and we're going to bring up the SimBrief panel. Again, a lot of people have asked me about the wheel. The wheel is Flow Pro by Parallel 42, and that's our flight plan here. So as you can see, very simple flight plan. We're going to be departing today, Echo Golf Charlie Kilo at direct runway 07, direct to Wall, direct to Whiskey Hotel India, direct to Papa Oscar Lima, and then there is a star, which is the pole 1 November into Newcastle. And we're going to be performing an ILS today, approach runway 07. All right, so let's go to the flight plan and set the origin airport. Origin airport here is Echo Golf Charlie Kilo, which is Carnarvon, or Caernarvon. I don't know. How do you say it in Welsh? If anyone knows, if you can tell me, that would be great. Centurion, thank you very much. I hope that you enjoyed the show. So, Caernarvon, and we're going to say enter. That's the origin. And then we're going to set the destination, which is Newcastle Airport, Echo Golf, November Tango, Newcastle Airport. And then we are about 148. I think once we add all the waypoints, we'll end up with about 180 nautical miles. So we're going to add en route waypoints. The first one is Whiskey Alpha Lima. All right, searching for it. All right, excellent. Insert. Brilliant. And then we are flying direct to Whiskey Hotel India. Whiskey Hotel India. And enter. Brilliant. And then we're going to go to Papa Oscar Lima. Papa Oscar Lima. And that takes us to the star at Newcastle Airport. Brilliant. All right. So about 186. Yeah, that's right. And then at Newcastle Airport, we're going to load the procedure, and we're going to select the arrival. The arrival is the pole 1 November. There is no transition, it looks like. Runway 07, and we're going to load the arrival here, and that's what the flight plan looks like there into Newcastle Airport. Excellent. So we have the we have everything set up here. We can go to the map, and that's us right here. We're going to go to the menu, make sure heading up That's track up. No, we want heading. Let's go to the map again. Menu. And north is up. Excellent. It's just, I prefer it. So we just can see north up. This. Maybe we'll change it to as soon as we depart. But yeah, everything here is good. Excellent. And we don't need anything really from the flight plan. One thing I do want to check is the fuel. So if I go here, we have, I think we have sufficient fuel. But I'm just going to give it just a little bit more, just in case. All right, perfect. And we're going to turn on the transponder. All right, and we're going to come down here, and we have the fuel currently, the fuel selector on the left tank. Now cabin temperature is very hot, 36. All right, so let's bring this down. Cabin is too warm. That's a lot. People are frying in the cockpit now. So, yeah, maybe we can... I'm not sure if we can open the windows here. Yeah, it looks like we can. This will help reduce the temperature a bit quicker, hopefully. That's where I'm looking, by the way, right here. All right, so let me just push this in a little bit. And we might need to use the defrost. We'll see. It depends on, how things pan out as we depart. Okay, so we are pretty much ready to go. We are going to turn on the, let's see, taxi lights are on. And we are ready to taxi to the runway. The runway is just to our right, so we're good to go here. Michael John, hello, my friend. Welsh places flummox most people. Just grateful you're not flying from... Where's that? Is that really a place, or... All right. All right, looks like we have a donation for the Fly Lilo project. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. It's very kind of you. All right. So we are ready to... let's go ahead and release the parking brake. Parking brake is released. Let's see, we have the flight directors there. All right, so yeah, we're going down to 27. Parking brake is released. We're going to make sure that this is on GPS. And let's taxi to the runway. Very lovely scenery here by... I'm not sure who is who's the developer, but it is available through Orbix. All right, here we go. All right, we're coming up to runway 07 right here. Is this runway 07 or is it not? Doesn't look like this is runway 07, does it? Where is runway 07 then? It could be that this is runway 07. I know it's very close to where we were. Yeah, this is runway 07 right here. That's cool. All right. All right, perfect. We are at runway 07. We are going to turn on the landing lights, strobes, landing lights, taxi lights are off. Mixture is full rich for departure. So that is set. We don't need any flaps. And we are ready to go. So parking brakes are released and we're going to go full power. There we go. Full power is set. It's very strong wind pushing us all the way to the right. Right, here we go. Rotate. Ooh, look at the wind. Positive rate. Gears going up. Right, we're going to try to maintain about 90 knots for the best climb is at 90 knots, so all right, let me reduce RPM to 2500 RPM. That's about right there. Brilliant. And we can, it was a bit of a Godzilla Web. Hello, my friend. Welcome aboard. Glad to have you with us during this live stream. And we are looking okay. All right, perfect. We can now engage the autopilot. We're going to turn on the flight director. And we're going to select, Alt select is set to 8,000 feet. Autopilot engage. Nav. Brilliant. And we're going to go to the flight change. There is no flight change here. So here's where, yeah, oh, okay, I forgot. All right, so we're going to go to ARM, VS. We're going to click here, and we're going to climb at about 800 feet per minute. Actually, we can go to 1,000 feet per minute. Shouldn't be a problem. Lovely, lovely scenery here in the southern part of the UK. Here's a look at the outside. Gorgeous, gorgeous scenery in this part of the UK. All right, we continue to climb. I haven't reset the altimeter, so let's do that. Anyone is almost that on hard lands in MSN, Springfield's very stiff. Yes, that is... Ali, is that you? Godzilla Web? I think that might be... I think that might be my my son. Unified memory is the mod changing aircraft performance to match real life performance. That's what is advertised. Yes. Yeah. Hey, Ali, guys. Godzilla Web happens to be my son. Glad to have you here, Ali, with us on stream this evening. Right, we are continuing our climb at 1,000 feet per minute, and we'll continue. Hopefully, we'll those clouds will get subsided as we climb through to 8,000 feet. Blackjack 62, how are you doing, my friend? Welcome aboard. Right, we continue to climb. Now, folks, in reference to the Fly Lilo project, what I'm going to be doing is I will be, if we the target that I have set is, looks like we are having some icing conditions here. So I'm going to pull defrost right here, right? And we are going to push the RPM to 2,700 RPM. Yep. Not so much. There we go. All right, so just to make sure that, you know, we don't, this is like some severe icing conditions, but hopefully it will subside as we climb over to 8,000 feet. As you can see, the aircraft performance differs from the variant that we've tried out a few days ago. Oh, it looks like we're going to have some really terrible weather ahead. Yeah, look at that, guys. That looks pretty bad. You can see the weather radar here. Again, it looks really, really bad. There we go. Let me change the map to heading up. That's better. And we'll go out one more. Yeah, it looks like the conditions here are pretty bad. So yeah, maybe we'll go for a higher altitude, just to kind of go above the clouds, because this is not a very good. Are you using FS Realistic? Yes. Why are you shaming on the weather? We have another donation for the Fly Lilo project. Thank you very much, guys. Appreciate it. Hey, Rand Cooley. Welcome aboard, my friend. Glad to have you here. All right, so 1,000 feet. What I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to go to, let's go to ARM. No, wait, okay, let's go to, I'm going to go to 10,000 feet. Just to go kind of maybe go a little above the clouds, ARM. And we'll continue to go at about 1,000 feet per minute. Because this weather is not very good, I must say. Hopefully the aircraft won't... Right, let me put some cabin air here. Things are getting kind of cold. Thank you, Godzilla Web. And by the way, I love you too, son. Yeah, I'm joined by my son today. My son is watching. That puts extra pressure on me, huh? All right, so we're climbing to 10,000 feet. All's looking good now. Speed is good. And we can't, I don't see, I can't see any ice forming on the windshield. So that's a good indication that we're doing well. We can see from the weather radar that things are not very good here. So, but hopefully, you know, we'll subside as far, you know, just I think in about 5 minutes or so, we'll be able to go beyond this area of bad weather and things will subside. But yeah, let's go to 10,000 feet. That's probably a safer altitude to fly at with this aircraft. I'm going to go ahead and reset the altimeter to standard, and we are going to turn off the landing lights. Landing lights are off, and yeah, we'll continue the climb to 10,000. And it looks like there's still lots of clouds we're going through the clouds right now. So all right, so that's 10,000 feet, and that's the cap. What do you guys think? Should we climb higher? Hello, Q8 pilot. This is a new Bonanza. Yes, sir. Yes, Cesar Gomez. Welcome aboard. That is the new Bonanza by Black Square, distributed by Just Flight, and it is really a lovely, lovely aircraft. You know, study level simulation of the actual Bonanza in real life. So let's go ahead now and reduce the prop to 2500 RPM. I'm gonna keep the defrost pulled on, so I'll leave it on for the time being. If we start seeing any ice forming, then we'll need to increase the props again. But for now, I think we're good. Let's ascend more. So here is Captain Ali Jr. saying, let's ascend more. So he thinks we should probably go. Is this aircraft pressurized? Yes, it is. It is pressurized for sure. Oxygen on. There we go. All right, I think things are subsiding now. We can see the clouds. We're kind of, getting away from the clouds. But maybe if we go a couple thousand feet more, it will be better. So let's go ahead. We'll take the advice from Captain Ali. And we'll go to ARM. Let's see here. ARM. Come on. ARM. And we're going to climb again at about 1,000 feet per minute. The RPM is still very high. So let me bring the props a little back here to about 2,500 RPM. There we go. 2,500 RPM. And we'll continue the climb again to 12,000 feet. This just means that we will need to descend a little earlier. Aviation with Elliot, hello my friend. My anti-aliasing is awful in X-Plane 12. I tried your mid-PC settings. It's the same with any settings though. That is right. That is a problem with Laminar's engine. So yeah, it's got nothing really to do with it's really got nothing to do with your settings. They have got some fixing to do for sure. All right, less severe weather ahead of us, according to the weather radar. We continue the climb now. We're going to go to 12,000 feet. And the surface ceiling for the Bonanza is 17,500. Yeah, there is some pride there, Godzilla Webb. You are my son indeed. All right, we are now at 12,000 feet, and I think that's probably sufficient altitude. We're still going through the clouds, nonetheless, but we should be fine. I think things are subsiding. I think a little later on, so at least we don't see any yellows in the path. A little bit here, maybe a little bit of a pocket of really bad air right there, some bad weather, but hopefully it'll be fine. That's the top on my bug fixes for X-Plane 12, but MSFS anti-aliasing has been bad as well lately. Not sure what's going on. I've tried reinstalling MSFS, new settings as connected GPU. It could be Windows 11, I don't know. I haven't really had any issues with the aliasing in MSFS. All right, so we are at 12,000 feet, and we are looking good, folks. And you can see already the performance of this aircraft is a lot different than the variant we flew the other day. This is the turbocharged version with the tip tanks, and you can see already that the speed that it can go, this aircraft can really go. It gives you a lot more power. So let's go here. Again, even the horsepower is more on this aircraft at this altitude. So definitely different. The performance data or the performance of the aircraft is definitely different. Differs quite a bit from the previous variant we flew. And things are looking. Look at those clouds, guys. The weather is absolutely horrendous. Yeah. Waypoint alert. We're coming up to a turn here. And we are looking 14 Celsius. Let me warm up the cabin a little bit. So let me pull out on the cabin heat to warm up the cabin. I think it's quite chilling there, 14 Celsius. I wish I could stay more, but I need to prepare my stream. See you, my friend. Well, Fly Lilo, take care, my friend. I will see you next time. And good luck with your stream. Maybe reinstall your graphics driver. That could help, yeah. Hector, good afternoon, my friend. Welcome aboard. Glad to have you here. Hey, Roberto. How are you doing, my friend? Glad to have you here. All right, things are much better now. At least at 12,000 feet, we can see right ahead of us. There is still packets of clouds in our way, but hopefully nothing too serious. And this is what things look like on the outside. Look at that. And that looks really nice. Lovely. All right. So if we look here, this is... Let me zoom out. All right, so 14, 16,000, 12,000. So we actually have a restriction there. We need to be at 16,000. So maybe we should climb a little further, which shouldn't be an issue. So because I can see here on the display that we have a restriction at 16,000. So maybe not a bad idea to actually take it to 16,000. So let's go ahead and do that. We are going to change this to 16,000. All right. We're going to go to vertical speed, arm it, and we can climb at about 800 feet per minute. Lovely aircraft, really. I really like the Bonanza. In fact, all the Black Square aircraft, the Cessna Caravan, the King Air, and now the Bonanza, and very soon the Beach Baron, are all excellent aircraft, really. Saren, hello, my friend. Welcome aboard. Glad to have you here. Right, we continue our climb now. We're going to go to 16,000 just to cater for one of the restrictions. Let's put this back. Again, this aircraft is more than capable. We can go to maybe 7,700 feet per minute, and we can lean the mixture. And there we have it, another donation for the Fly Lilo project. Thank you very much, guys, for your donations. I appreciate it. Sachin Aviation, welcome aboard, my friend. Right, I'm just going to lean on the mixture a little bit here. Right, perfect. Right, we're going to continue our climb to 16,000. And here's a look at the beautiful landscape in the United Kingdom. The weather is not exactly where you want it. But yeah, it makes for a very interesting landscape here in the UK. Very, very beautiful country. By the way, when I met with Squirrel, I'm sure you guys know Squirrel. He is very, very famous. What is the Fly Lilo project? All right, Cesar. So The Fly Lilo project is a project. Fly Lilo is a non-profit organization ran by two brilliant people, two very kind people, Roberto and Jalil, and that's where the name Fly Lilo comes. So Roberto and Jalil, so Lilo. And what they do is actually they bring about adaptive gaming devices for the disabled in the flight sim community and in the gaming community. In the last Christmas fundraiser that we ran here on the channel, we were able to hit our target. And basically what they do with the donations is they purchase these adaptive gaming devices for those who are disabled, and they enable them to actually do flight simulation and play games using those adaptive devices. They have also now struck a partnership. They have a partnership with Xbox, which is pretty cool to know that they were able to secure a partnership with such large company. And they've been doing really, really well. And you can follow them on Instagram and take a look at all the beautiful work that they've done and all the people that they have helped throughout the past period. So I am a very proud ambassador of the Fly Lilo nonprofit organization. I believe in their cause, and I will continue to support them for as long as I create content on YouTube and beyond. They deserve they deserve all the support that we can give them. Carl Childers is in the house. Welcome aboard. Carl, by the way, Godzilla Web is my son. All right, so we are looking good here, coming up to 16,000 feet. And you guys can see that the sky is full of clouds today. So, and the aircraft is doing extremely well. So definitely in terms of performance, I'm really impressed with the Bonanza. Yeah, 16,000. We can go up to 17,500 without any problems. We've got the oxygen running, and look at the cabin temperature. All right, let me bring this out here. This should help us warm up the cabin a little bit. Saren!
Is your GTN 750 the PMS 50?
Saren, first of all, thank you very much for your super chat of £4.99. My GTN is the PMS 750, indeed, yes. I haven't yet installed the what do you call it? The TDS device yet. They have all the manifold pressure they need to their ceiling. Yeah. Look at that. Manifold pressure is almost 300 there. And I think what we need to do, you can see the cabin temperature is dropping. So I'm going to go ahead and turn on the air conditioning. I'm not sure if this actually... let's see here. All right, so the air conditioning system is now working, and it should warm up the cabin a little bit. All right, and we're traveling at about 160 knots, and as you can see, again, some clouds that we have to go through. Apparently, the TDS GTN is better for flying in the USA. Absolutely. It's a better device, Saren, to be honest with you, altogether. It's much better than the PMS 50. It is, first of all, it is based on the real-world Garmin device and requires the Garmin trainer to be running on your machine. The display of the TDS device is much higher in resolution because, of course, it's based on the real Garmin device. So everything is much sharper. And it's got support for airways, and it's a lot cheaper than this device. The only drawback The cloud ceiling is very high. Yeah, definitely, Cesar. Have you made a giveaway for National Day in Kuwait? Yes, Godzilla Web. We have done 2 giveaways actually for celebrating Kuwait's National Day and Liberation Day. I told you about that. See, my son wants me to do another giveaway for you guys. So, Ali, what giveaway should we do? What giveaway should we do? Which aircraft should we give away for the Kuwait Pilot Channel subscribers and followers? So you pick the aircraft, and we'll make the giveaway accordingly. By the way, folks, I have confirmed with confirmed news from the guys over at Tolis that the A320neo will be provided to us streamers by today, the 9th of March, and then we will. I will be streaming it probably after the embargo is lifted. Now the embargo is 9 a.m. Montreal time, that's where the Tolis guys are. So yeah, stay tuned for that. So I might deviate a little bit from the GA series that I was planning to do. The next aircraft was the Xtol 750 by Orbex. So unfortunately, if the Tolis, well, it's not unfortunate, it's fortunate news that the A320 is coming out by Tolis. But if it does, if I'm able to stream it, then I will deviate a little bit from our GA plan. And we'll fly the Tolis. I'll show you all there is to see. And then we will return back to the GA series. Bill, hello, Bill. How are you doing, my friend? Good afternoon to you. Welcome aboard. Glad to have you here. We should do a Red Arrows giveaway. If I can find the aircraft, I'll do it. Yeah, I'm sure he's a fine young man. Give her influence and that name. He has a lot to live up to. Yeah, he is. He's a champ. Ali is a champ. All right. So now we are heading over to Papa Oscar Lima, and the weather conditions. Look at that. Again, we have some packets of weather coming ahead of us here. So it doesn't seem like it's going to subside anytime soon. And this is what things look like on the outside. Now, I'll be very honest with you guys. I love the clouds in Microsoft Flight Simulator, but this doesn't look very good in my view, to be completely honest. Yeah, I mean, it looks good, but, you know. I mean, it does look cartoonish if you ask me. Yeah. But yeah, you can see all the terrain. It looks like it was snowing in the UK in the last few days. So, all right, we're looking good. We are at about 160 knots, cruising at 16,000 feet. And everything's looking good. Manifold pressure is at 300. RPM is 2,500. Fuel flow. Oh, by the way, we forgot about our fuel. So let me switch the tank here. Yeah, otherwise we will cause an aircraft imbalance. It's actually still snowing in some places. Oh, is it? Red Arrows would be the Just Fly BAE Hawk. I guess it's available for X-Plane and MSFS. Well, then that's what we'll do. In the next giveaway, I'm going to include the Red Arrows by Just Fly. And for both X-Plane and MSFS at the wish of Godzilla Web. Yep, that's what we're going to do. Right, we're looking okay despite the really nasty weather. Cabin temperature is also good now. 20 Celsius is not bad. And we continue to cruise towards Newcastle. I'm sure Ali is very happy that we're going to Newcastle. Need to run. Have a great flight. Thank you very much, Stan. Appreciate it. Thanks for being here for as long as you did. Appreciate your support, my friend. And I can't wait to see you at Flight Sim Expo. Have a good night, Stan. Take care, my friend. All right, we continue the cruise. And this is what things look like on the outside. Look at that, guys. Look at this horrendous weather. Very nice looking aircraft, though. Alrighty. Is it easy to turn a pre-built PC that has 16 gigabyte to 1 terabyte into a very good PC for X-Plane 12? Sachin, I think it really depends. I'm so excited to go to Newcastle, England. Yeah, I'm sure you are. See, I think it depends on your motherboard. It depends on the actual case size that you have. It depends on a lot of things. How old is the PC that you have now? The motherboard plays an important role in what you can and cannot do in terms of the processor, in terms of your, the latest hardware that you have. So sometimes the case isn't really the biggest thing, but definitely your motherboard is a big thing. Yeah, I think that we can definitely take this at greater length on Discord. Right, we continue our cruise now at 16,000. Initially, I planned for only about 8,000 feet, but due to the weather conditions, I felt that it's probably much better to fly to a much higher altitude to avert the icing conditions. Flying into the clouds is not a very good thing to do, and looks like this weather is uniform across the UK. So we'll be better at flight 18,000. What do you think? Caesar, the service ceiling. I'm at 2 FPS. The service ceiling for the Bonanza is 17,500. So we could definitely go to the maximum altitude, the maximum service ceiling of the aircraft. But hopefully we don't need to do that. And besides, we have one restriction coming up, I think at 16 here, and then we need to begin our descent. So, yeah, as you can see here. So I don't think that it's probably advisable. We're actually not too far now from Newcastle. So, yeah, there you go. So if we go now to, if we go back, and we go to the, no, not the menu, but if we go to the flight plan, there we go. Right here, 15, EGNT. Why don't we have the... Alright, load the procedure. The approach is the ILS runway 7. And we're gonna load the approach. All right, it's perfect. All right, and now we can go back here and go to the map, and now we'll have much better, yeah. That's much better. All right, so we need to be at 2200 to intercept the localizer for runway 07 at Newcastle. And as you can see now, we are going through some very, very bad weather. And I'm actually getting a little bit concerned because as we begin our descent, there's a lot of clouds. The cloudscape is quite tremendous. And we might need to go through some of these cloud layers, and I'm not sure if the Bonanza is able to take it, but all right, hopefully we'll do fine. Hopefully we'll do fine. Can take it. All right. Well, if Carl says it can take it, then it probably can take it because Carl is a real-world pilot, and so hopefully we'll be. I'm going to leave the defrost on and the cabin heat also. We'll leave all of these on. We are at 22. We can bring this down a little bit so that it doesn't get too hot in the cockpit. And continue our cruise here at 16,000 feet. Lovely, lovely rendition by Black Square of the Bonanza and all the systems. I love the fact that you can switch the autopilot, the avionics here within a touch of a button. Right, let me see here. There we go. Oh, really, Carl? Oh, that's great to know. I'm very glad that you were able, you know, that you're here to confirm that we can do this, because I was kind of getting a little worried. Excellent. Yeah, really great work. Really, this aircraft, guys, is one that I absolutely recommend. I recommend the Black Square Cessna Caravan and the King Air. I definitely recommend this aircraft. Just really absolutely brilliant. Right, we can turn off the panel and floodlights here. You can see here, you can see the weather radar. Things are, you know, very bad here, but they kind of subside a little down the path. We are at 16.5 nautical miles from Aircore, and then we're going to start the descent towards Newcastle. So yeah, not a very long flight, but sufficient to really showcase the performance of the Bonanza, the turbocharged variant of the Bonanza. There is one, but it's very limited here, as you can see. It's a limited weather. I think there are still things that are being worked out by Asobo. It's very basic, and unfortunately, it cannot be used by PMDG and Phoenix simulation still. So there are some limitations that prevents them from being able to integrate weather into their aircraft. So yeah. All right. So now we are at Aircore, heading over to Zodro. We're heading here. So in just a little while, we're going to begin the descent, and we're going to be prepared. We have to prepare for some really bad weather. as we approach Newcastle. And if we look actually at the weather information, if we go to the weather, let's see here. So the weather at Newcastle is 139 knots. Look at this, 100 Verbos, 170, 4,500. Few at 16, broken 300. Temperature is 2. Oof, it's pretty cold. But that's a very old METAR though. 248 minutes ago. QNH 90906. -2 for the dew point. That's pretty old stuff. Yeah, it's a very old METAR. Yeah. All right. Well, we'll wing it. And let's see here. If we go to 7.4. All right, let's reset the MCP altitude to 12,000. Looks like it's raining, as you can see now. So we're going to go to 12,000. All right, 12,000 is set. And we'll arm it in just a second. Yeah, 100 variable 170. That's pretty violent. Pretty violent. I hope it's not the actual weather right now. But yeah, you can see here, guys, the weather is absolutely horrendous, and the aircraft is doing extremely well. Let's bring back the panel lights at least. Yeah, it's just absolutely horrendous weather here across the United Kingdom today, so we're unable to enjoy the beautiful greenery below, as you can see here. Right, I think 3.6, I think that's close enough. We're going to go ahead and begin the descent to 12,000. So we're going to go to vertical speed, and we're going to descend at about 800 feet per minute. We're going to ease off on the throttle a little bit. So we'll bring it back, and we're going to maintain 160 knots. Yeah, weather conditions are not very good, without a doubt. Very nice, again, simulation of the aircraft systems. Everything works exactly as it should, as advertised. James Minton, hello my friend, welcome aboard. What's the longest flight you did in the Flight Sim Q8? For me it was the B-74 from Anchorage to Seoul. Ooh, I think the longest I've done was from Kuwait to London Heathrow, which is normally about 6 hours, six and a half hours, but I did it in about 3 hours in the Concorde. So yeah, that was the longest flight. I did Heathrow to JFK. But yeah, I don't do long haul flights. Los Angeles to Madagascar. Wow, really? Right, we continue our descent now towards Newcastle, and we are at 15 for 12,000. Still maintaining 160 knots. One thing we need is we need to check the approach plate. So if we go to Newcastle. So this is the 07 ILS DME runway 07. That's the one that we're gonna basically fly today. So this is our ILS, and the frequency is 111.5. So I'm gonna set this as the standby frequency 111.50 and enter that. So I'll leave this as the standby frequency, and the course, approach course, is 066 degrees. Okay, so we'll make a note of that, 066 degrees. Okay, perfect. If we click here, will this work? I don't have Simlink running. All right, that's fine. All right, we are now slightly too high for the current sector. So we're going here to 9,000. So I'm going to increase the rate of descent, and we're going to go to the selector here, and let's go to 9,000. All right, 9,000 is set, and we're going to increase the rate of descent to 1,000 feet per minute and ease off a little bit on the throttle. We're still maintaining 2,500 RPM. A little bit of turbulence here as we make our way towards our destination. The rain is pretty severe. Yeah, we can't, visibility is almost nothing now. We can't really see a thing. Imagine your fuel ran out just now. How scary. Yeah, that would be very, very scary. Speaking of that, you reminded me to check on the fuel tanks, and it looks like still we can burn a little more fuel from the right tank before we switch to the left tank again. So yeah, this would be very scary indeed if we ran out of fuel. Right, here's the waypoint alert, and we're about 3,000 feet higher than we should. So I'm going to ease off on the throttle here and reduce our speed a little bit. But yeah, things probably not a very good day to fly in the UK. Not sure what happened to our flight plan. All right, we are approaching 10,000 feet. Let's go ahead and turn on our landing lights. I really am not sure why we've lost the magenta line. All right, I'm going to say activate approach. And go back. Not sure why is it doing that. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and reduce this to, let me just set this to 2200 is the final. So we'll set this to the final, which is 2200. Right, 2200 set. And we're steering away from the flight plan for some reason. Why is that? Flight plan. Arrival. Why is it doing that? By the way, it doesn't look like there is a flight direct in this Doesn't seem like there's a flight direct option. We come here. There is no flight direct, looks like. Make a direct to. Recently, I'm pushing limits to the Tech 2000. Oh no, there is a part of the right engine running out in a moment. Flippy Albuquerque. Hello, my friend. Several times needed to divert to the closest because of low fuel. There is no direct to, it looks like. Alright, let's go there, and we're going to go to the procedure. We'll say activate vector to final. Does that do it? Now it's made things worse. Flight plan. Procedure. That's really bad. All right. So here's what we're going to do. I'm not sure really what's wrong with the PMS device. I did do, Jimmy, I did the activate approach. Click on the waypoint and get direct to. Let's see here. So if I go to the flight plan and we click on, let's see, D079. So if I click on that, there is nothing that I can do here. Insert before, load or away, activate leg. Nothing works. Nothing works. Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately nothing works. We have this approach. We have activate approach, but nothing works. As you can see here. All right. Well, that's not an issue. So here's what we'll do. We are going to go back, and this first user point waypoint, this one here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna turn. Let's see here. Where's our heading? So we'll turn towards the user waypoint, and I think those probably have the headings. So the heading of the first user point is 347 degrees. So 347. So we'll just do that. And now we're going to go to heading select. And we'll just go to the user waypoint. And then we'll just fly to those manually. Yeah, now we can see the ground at least. All right, we're looking all right now, and we have the landing lights on, everything looking good. Let's put the mixture on full rich. And we'll just make the turn again at the center fix for runway 07, and then the final fix towards the runway. The approach course was, do we remember what was the approach course? 066 degrees. All right, so there we go. Actually, we'll just leave it there. All right, and we're going to switch this to nav. And then we'll change it to VLOC once we are at the station. Now we can see the center fix here. So now we know at least where to turn. Right, we're coming up to, I'm going to start slowing down the aircraft. Excellent. Please butter the landing. I will try my best. We are flying with you, so don't let us die in your plane. All right, let's ease off there on the cabin heat. All right, we're doing all right. Here's the turn towards the center fix, and my hunch is if we go to nav, it will automatically work. So that's 2,200, and you can see that the airport is right behind us now. So let's begin our turn. Not that. We'll leave that as it is, and let's begin the turn here. I really am not sure what happened with the right mixture on full rich. And I wonder if we actually click on nav, will it work? We go to nav, yes indeed, it does work. Excellent. So what we can do now is we can go to, let's see here. Once we are on the flight path, this is the center fix for runway 07. So we're obviously slowing down the aircraft now, and the runway, I can see we have a visual on the runway. It's right there. All right, and now we can go to VLOC, and we're going to go to approach. All right, excellent. And that's the runway ahead of us now. The aircraft is aligning. Let's turn on the floodlights. There we go. We're looking good. This plane is great for VFR, IFR, short and long flights. Absolutely, Jimmy. And you know, Jimmy, this aircraft had actually performed extremely well under very extreme weather conditions today. So I'm quite happy with its performance. All right, we have the runway inside. Hello, Newcastle, UK. I can spot the control tower right there. Right, let's ease off there on the throttle. I'm going to watch the glide slope needle moving down. And as it moves down, we are going to lower the landing gear and set flaps for our arrival. Let's go ahead and slow down a little bit. Right, here we go. Slowing down, and the glide slope needle is moving. Right, it's 1 dot above the center line, so let's go ahead and lower the landing gear. Landing gear is coming down. All right, we can turn this off. Let's just make sure that the landing gears are down. All right, so we can now set the flaps for the approach. Let's see. There we go. Approach flaps are set. Let me reset my view. And you can see now the airport. We have 2 reds, 2 whites, and we are cleared to land. 1 dot above the center line of the GS indicator, you mean? That is right, Jimmy. That is correct. Right, we are on the glide slope and the localizer. We'll keep the speed at about, we can go actually down to about 100 knots. So I'm going to just ease off on the throttle here as we approach the airport. We're looking good. You must keep the PAPI lights 2 by 2. That is right, Ali. You are spot on there. I'm quite impressed, Godzilla Web, with your knowledge. Really proud of you. You're very knowledgeable. Right, here we go. Looking good. And here are the outside scene as we approach Newcastle Airport. Ladies and gentlemen, what a lovely looking sight of the airport and the airport surroundings. Right, we're looking good. And let's go ahead and set landing flaps. Flaps are down. Very turbulent air as we come into land here at Newcastle Airport. I'm going to maintain about 90 knots. A lot of turbulence. All right, I'm going to go ahead and disconnect the autopilot at this point. Autopilot disconnected. My aircraft. Some serious wind here. Wow, look at that crosswind. Look at that crosswind, guys. Gee. Wow. that crosswind. We floated there for a little while, but considering the strong weather, actually, I'll take it. I'll take it. Thank you, Godzilla Web. Butter, yeah, you like butter. I know you like the the wind got you. Yeah, it was very, very violent wind, very strong. Gee, minus 72 FPM. Yeah, definitely the wind was very, very strong, very violent wind. But nonetheless, we've made it. So yeah, let's take this taxiway here. And ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Newcastle Airport in the United Kingdom. Right, let's kill the landing lights and turn on the taxi. Strobes can go off as well. Lovely scenery, again available on Orbex. If you guys are interested in the links, just type in exclamation scenery, and you should get the links to both airports, the departure and arrival airports. And we've made it safely here to Newcastle. Oh, you know what, guys? I think I did not download the scenery for Newcastle. Oh, what a bummer. What a bummer. Yeah, that's the default airport. Yeah, unfortunately. But anyway, there is a nice Newcastle airport. It's the link is in the scenery command. Just type it and you should be able to get it. It's a lovely scenery of Newcastle. Looks like I forgot to download it for this flight, so that's my bad. But nonetheless, we've made it safely here, so that's the important thing. And it was really a fun landing. The ATC spying on you. It was definitely a fun landing, without a doubt. Good cup of coffee here, yeah. Now you can go, yeah, that absolutely, Cesar. Time for a fine cup of coffee. And why is it stuttering today? Right, here we go. And that would be the main terminal. Unfortunately, we don't have the payware scenery there. Slow it down a bit. We should lean the mixture. And we'll just park the aircraft. I noticed that it's really stuttering a lot today. And I'm not sure why. Well, I'll just bring it to a stop here. Must be something I've installed recently. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, we've made it safely to Newcastle Airport. And let's see here. We can turn off the nav lights, taxi panel, floodlights. The avionics master can go to the off position. Standby alternators can go off. Mixture and props. Right, there we go. Props can go off. Cabin temperature is high. Okay. And let's see. Magnetos to the off position. We can turn all these off. And we can turn on the master battery off. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. The Bonanza. What's going on here? All right, there we go. We should have also removed our flaps, retracted the flaps, but it's okay. The next flight, whoever comes for the next flight will need to perform the walk around, and he will notice the flaps and hopefully retract them before with the pre-flight checklist. Well, folks, this is it for this live stream. I hope that you've enjoyed it as much as I did. Thank you very much, Rand, Godzilla Web. Thank you, Philippi Albuquerque. Thank you very much, Cesar. Thank you very much, guys. Appreciate it. Appreciate you being here. And thank you very much for all of you who donated for the Fly Lilo project. I will see you guys more than likely tomorrow evening, as soon as the embargo lifts, for a stream of the Tolus A320 Neo, followed by a continuation of our GA series, and hopefully the next flight will be in New Zealand in another GA aircraft. I want to thank you all for being here this evening. I thank you for your support, for your kindness. Osama Mohammed, thanks for being here, my friend. Thank you, everyone, really, for being here. I will see you all tomorrow evening. Until then, please take care of yourselves and each other, and I will see you all very soon. Thanks for tuning in. Stay safe, and bye-bye for now.